tutorials on how to make your own CD merchandise. Today we're going to be doing dual fold Digipack cases. Alright, so we're able to manufacture CDs for really cheap and we only need a few supplies. So here's, we need a ruler. Here I'm using Elmer's rubber cement. We need an X-Acto knife for cutting. We need a CD tray. These I get from Square Deal Records and Recording Supplies, and they're about 30 cents a tray. I was able to get about 50 of them for, I believe, $10. Here, this is available on my website, www.solidarity-diy.com, and this is a template, so you're able to get this in either a Photoshop file or as a PNG. You drop it into any editor like GIMP, and just drag your artwork onto it and just follow along with the smiley faces for direction of it. So you're going to want to cut on the dash lines, and we're going to fold on the solid lines. Now when you put your artwork in, don't be too concerned with bleeding over the outline dash lines. If it bleeds over a little bit, that's okay. Not too much so that you're cutting your image, but a little bit to cut off isn't going to hurt either. Okay, to begin, you can take your X-Acto knife and you can take your ruler, and we're going to cut out the dash lines. Okay, now that we have our case cut out, I have a couple options available to you on the website. So there's various forms of Digipack cases, and some people like to leave this open here so you can slide in the CD booklet. Some people just want to glue it straight down and not have a CD booklet. And for this first example here, and I'll show you some other, in the end I'll show you what the other ones will look like. I'm going to put a little dash in on inside panel 1 here, and we're just going to go straight across, and that's where we're going to put our CD booklet. Now, it's important, don't cut it to the end. Leave that. If you cut it through, you got to start over. Okay, now pull up our piece of poster board here. What we're going to do is we're going to cut 2 equally sized panels off of the poster board. One that's going to go here and one that's going to go behind here. Actually, they're going to go on this side here, which is the back cover and front cover. They're going to glue on the back of there. So I like to measure it by bending our CD tray side, bend it, fold it down. Now I measure it by just taking this. These measurements do not need to be exact. Although they should be pretty close. I like to take it there, take my X-Acto knife, cut one out. And like I said, don't worry if this is dead exact. We're going to straighten it out with a ruler really quick anyways. Okay, let's just touch this up for a second. Let's go ahead and take this here. Let's actually fold for the other side now. Now make sure you fold it right, meet the corners together, fold it. Okay, starting to look a little bit more like a CD case. Now we take our Elmer's glue. I like to use the rubber cement because it has a little bit of flexibility, and I find that it lasts just quality-wise. I've had a couple of these cases that I made, 5-6 years ago that were 3-fold cases, and they have held up just as good as any commercial Digipack case that I've seen. So you kind of just smear that on there. You don't have to be precise about this. And we're going to pop our insert card down on side 1. Okay. I like to meet the bottom corners. So I cut this a little bit off. Okay, now let's do it to the other side as well. Fold that back, get our insert card. And let's glue this down too. Okay, so both our insert card panels are gluing down right now, and I like to put a book on it and start another one. So we're going to go ahead and let that dry for a minute. Now we're moving on. As you can see, the insert cards, they're pretty much dry. They're enough to be they're still stable right now. Just make sure the corners aren't peeling up on them, and you're all good. And here's the other side. Okay, so for this here, this is where our CD tray is going to go. Let's go ahead and just glue that right down. Okay, give that a nice firm pressing. And let's go to the other side. Alright, now here's going to be a little tricky because we do have this here where we're going to put our CD booklet is going to be able to slide into. What we want to do is you want to get glue on the outside edge here, and on the top portion of it. So there's no glue on that panel there. Right here we have fold, go ahead and fold it. We are going to also put glue there. Okay, give a nice press down, and let's glue. Now keep in mind when you're gluing, one thing you do not want to do is, you don't want to underglue, but you don't want to overglue either. Overgluing is going to cause a mess, and it's going to be pushed out the sides. With that being said, don't be afraid of the glue either. It's there for you to use. Alright, get it on our fold. Glue the fold. That you can actually, right there on that fold, you can put it on pretty decent. Now, fold it over. Just glue it down. Okay, now while that panel's drying there, we're going to go ahead and take our CD tray. Again, I said these are about 30 cents a piece. You can get them, I get mine through Square Deal Recording and Supplies, But there's also some other options out there. You can go to eBay and you can get them pretty cheap. They also have a few different types of CD trays out there. I personally like these ones the most, and the layout of my cases was really designed for a tray this size. Oops, see, I'm getting a little messy. It's okay, we'll clean it right up. So you put the glue on the 4 corners of the CD tray. Okay, let's actually clean that up right now. And let's glue it down. Should fit just up right there. Alright. Wow, what do you know? Digipack CD cases. Okay, now that I let the case dry a little bit with the back panel on there, we're going to just very lightly run our X-Acto knife down here. We're not trying to cut the paper, we're just trying to give it just a little bit of bend. All we want is some flexibility out of it. Now I just very lightly went over it with that. So, go ahead and bend one side. Now, bend the other side. And fold it over. Now from here I like to put just a book on top of it, let the whole thing dry together. Okay, now that our case is all dried, let's go ahead, pop our CD in.
You gotta find